Let me say something that might sting a little if a woman is playing games with your heart. It's because she thinks she can. Period. Now, that doesn't mean you're weak or stupid or lacking in value. It means she sees you as emotionally available, but not emotionally in control. And once a woman senses that, the games begin. Hot and cold, mixed, signals, sudden distance, emotional, bait. And unfortunately, most men fall for it not because they're dumb, but because they're genuine. You're probably just trying to connect honestly. But she's testing power, attention, control. See, not all women play games, but the ones who do, they're masterful at it. They'll smile while pulling back, pretend they're confused when you call them out, act like you're overreacting when you sense something's off, and worst of all, they'll keep you in limbo, just enough to make you question yourself, not her. That's what this video is about. I'm not here to bash women. I am a woman. But I'm here to tell you what most won't, how this stuff actually works from a female perspective, and more importantly, how you can outsmart it without losing your integrity, your masculinity, or your peace of mind. Because here's the truth. When a woman plays games, she's counting on you to stay confused. So once you understand the psychology, once you stop reacting emotionally, that's when the game ends. Not because she quits, but because you do. Let me show you exactly how. 1. If she's playing, she's already lost respect for you, Here's something most men don't realize when a woman starts playing games with you. It usually means one thing. Deep down, she doesn't respect you as much as you think she does. And I'm not saying she hates you or she thinks you're worthless. She might even like you. But there's a difference between liking a man and respecting him. And when that respect isn't there, that's when the games begin. Because in her mind, she doesn't believe she has anything to lose. Now, let me break it down in real terms. A woman who respects a man doesn't feel the need to test him. She doesn't try to manipulate his emotions, make him chase, or keep him wondering where he stands. Why? Because she values his presence. She knows he won't tolerate being played. She knows he'll walk, but if she senses even slightly that she has the upper hand emotionally, that she can pull back and you'll come closer, that you'll tolerate disrespect, inconsistency, or confusion just because you're scared to lose her, then yeah, she'll start to play because now it's a game of control, not connection. Here's where men mess up. They try harder when they should pull back. They think being more loving, more patient, more forgiving will fix it. But it doesn't. It just reinforces her belief that she can keep you on a string. If you want to outsmart a woman who's playing games, the first thing you need to ask yourself is this: have I been acting like a man she can respect? That means setting boundaries. That means not tolerating hot and cold behavior. That means not needing constant validation from her. That means staying emotionally grounded even when she's trying to stir the pot. You can't force respect, but you can command it by being the kind of man who doesn't stick around when he's not being valued. And here's the truth. The moment she realizes you're willing to walk away, not with bitterness, not with anger, but with quiet certainty, she'll feel it hard because a woman knows exactly when she loses a man's respect. And it's usually the same moment she starts to respect him again. So the next time you catch her playing games, stop asking yourself what she's doing, ask yourself what you've been allowing, then change that. 2, don't respond to the drama, starve it. Respond to the drama, starve it. Let me say something to you as a woman who understands how women think. Drama is a tool. It's not always intentional or malicious, but it is strategic. When a woman throws emotional jabs, starts acting confusing, or creates tension out of nowhere, she's doing it for one reason: to provoke a response. She wants to see if she can shake you, get a reaction, or pull you into her emotional roller coaster. And here's where most guys lose. They react. They try to explain themselves, defend their position, fix her mood, or figure out what they did wrong. But that's exactly what feeds the drama. You give her control the moment you let her pull you out of your masculine frame and into emotional chaos. So if she cancels, plans last minute, and gives you attitude about it, don't chase for a reason. If she throws a passive-aggressive comment, don't take the bait. If she starts a fight over nothing, don't go into therapist mode trying to decode her feelings. You don't win this game by engaging. You win by not playing. The most powerful way to outsmart a woman who's playing emotional games is to stay neutral, calm, detached, not cold, just unaffected. When she sees that her tactics don't get to you, that you're not bending, chasing, or over-explaining, that's when she starts recalibrating. Because here's what you have to understand. Women feel power dynamics. She might not even be conscious of it. But when she sees you flinch, chase, or lose control in response to her emotional swings, she subconsciously knows she's leading the dance. But when you stay grounded, when you just say all right or cool, or you don't even engage at all when the vibe is off, that throws her off. It makes her pause. It makes her realize, wait, why isn't he reacting? That moment of stillness from you actually creates pressure on her, not the other way around. And this isn't a bow. You punishing her or playing hardball. It's about showing that you're not going to reward bad behavior with attention. You're not going to let chaos run the relationship. So if a woman's using drama to test your emotions, your silence, your calm, your indifference, that's your power. Starve the drama and it dies. 3, stop explaining yourself. Start showing her instead. Stop explaining yourself. Start showing her instead. Let me tell you something most men don't realize. The more you explain yourself to a woman who's playing games, the more she stops listening. Not because she's not smart or doesn't care, but because words don't hold power the same way energy and behavior do. A woman doesn't fall for what you say, she falls for what she feels around you. And if you're always explaining, justifying, defending, she's not feeling your strength, she's sensing your uncertainty. When a woman starts pulling away, acting distant, or testing you with mixed signals, the last thing she's going to respect is a long speech about your feelings or intentions. She wants to see who you are. She wants to feel that grounded presence that doesn't shake when she acts unpredictable. And no amount of well-crafted texts, heart-to-hearts, or overthinking can substitute that. This doesn't mean you have to be cold or closed off, but it does mean you stop chasing clarity with words. You don't need to say, I'm not like other guys. Your confidence and boundaries show her that. You don't need to say, I really like you. 5, different ways your consistent actions already make that obvious. And you definitely don't need to explain your standards when you choose not to tolerate her flaky behavior. Your silence, your decision to walk away, says everything. One of the most attractive things to a woman, especially a woman who is used to getting her way, is a man who can communicate clearly without over-talking, a man who lets his actions speak louder, a man who doesn't feel the need to clarify his worth or convince her of his value. She either gets it or she doesn't. And if she doesn't, you don't beg her to understand. You just keep moving. That's what drives her crazy in the best way, because now she's chasing your vibe. Now she's wondering, why isn't he trying harder? Why doesn't he need my approval? That mystery, that self-control, it flips the script. She goes from controlling the pace to trying to catch up to you. So the next time a woman tries to throw you into a spiral of over-explaining, defending, or trying to prove your intentions, don't fall for it. Step back. Lead with your energy. Let her feel the man. You are not the man you're trying to explain yourself into being. And believe me, that's when you become unforgettable. 4, master. Master the art of silence. It speaks louder than you think. The art of silence. It speaks louder than you think. If there's one tool that most men completely overlook when dealing with a woman who's playing games, it's silence. And I'm not talking about giving her the silent treatment to punish her or manipulate her. That's childish. I'm talking about using silence as a form of power, a clear, calm message that says, I don't chase confusion, I don't reward drama, I protect my peace. See, a woman knows exactly what she's doing when she starts being inconsistent. She delays her replies. She flirts just enough to keep you hooked but never commits. She gets distant just to see if you'll try harder. And most guys fall into that trap. They start over-exting, over-calling, over-trying. And guess what? That only confirms to her that she's in control, that she can pull the strings and you'll dance. But a man who understands silence, that's a whole different experience for her, because now she's not getting that instant validation. She's not receiving the expected reaction. She's met with nothing, and that's silence. It forces her to look inward. She starts questioning. Did I go too far? Is he losing interest? Why isn't he responding the way other guys do? That uncertainty drives her to think about you more, to reflect, to actually miss the energy you use to give so easily. That's how powerful silence can be when it comes from a place of strength. And here's the key. You don't use silence to manipulate. You use it to refocus. You take your attention off her and put it back on you. You stay busy. You stay centered. You respond when you feel like it, not when you're emotionally triggered. You let her come to you instead of trying to fix, chase, or explain things. Trust me, women feel it immediately when a man shifts into this kind of grounded energy. It's not passive, it's potent. Because instead of fighting for attention or clarity, you're signaling, I'm not available for games. And here's the feminine truth most won't admit. A woman secretly respects a man more when he doesn't react to her drama. It tells her you're not emotionally dependent on her. That's attractive in a way that words can't express. So when things feel unclear, when she's being hot and cold, when you sense she's testing your emotional grip, go quiet. Step back, reclaim your energy, say less. Let your silence show her what your words don't need to. 5. Flip the power dynamic without playing dirty. Power dynamic without playing dirty. Let me be real with you. When a woman starts playing games with your heart, it's because she feels like she holds the upper hand emotionally. She knows you want her more than she wants you. She senses that you're more invested. And once that imbalance exists, it's almost automatic for her to start pushing boundaries just to see how much she can get away with. Now, I know you're probably thinking, so what do I do? Play her game back? No, absolutely not. Because if you start playing dirty too, if you try to make her jealous on purpose, lie, or act disinterested when you're really not, you're just confirming her mindset that relationships are a battlefield, that love is manipulation, and you end up losing your own self-respect in the process. The better move, flip the power dynamic without playing her game. And the way you do that is by getting unavailable, not in a forced, fake way, in a genuine, grounded way. You stop making her the center of your focus. You stop waiting around for her to act right. You redirect all that energy you were giving to her into yourself. That means stop answering every text within seconds. Stop changing your plans just because she finally wants to see you. Stop being her emotional punching bag whenever she's bored or confused. Women notice when a man suddenly becomes less reactive. And here's the secret. They're not used to it, especially from men they know have strong feelings for them. So when you become more elusive, when you make her wonder what you're doing, who you're with, and why you're not always available, her whole strategy starts to crumble. Because the power she thought she had, it slips right out of her hands, and don't get it twisted. I'm not saying ignore her or punish her. I'm saying you raise your standards. You create a reality where you are the prize, not with arrogance, but with self-control. When a woman sees that you're not emotionally dependent on her, it forces her to reevaluate her approach. She may not say it out loud, but in her head she's going, wait, did I miscalculate? Did I actually just lose him? This is how you reset the dynamic, by letting your actions speak louder than your words. Not through manipulation, but through boundaries, through self-respect, through scarcity. Because once a woman senses that she's no longer sure of where she stands with you, the power shifts. She'll chase clarity, she'll work harder, she'll either step up or step out. Either way, you win because you've stopped playing her game and you've started leading the interaction with quiet strength. 6. Understand her real motivation. It's not what you think. Understand her real motivation. It's not what you think. Here's the part most men miss. And this is where you start to really outsmart the games. Women don't always play games because they're heartless or manipulative. Sometimes the games are coming from insecurity, testing, or even fear. Let me explain. When a woman starts pulling away, acting cold, or playing hard to get, it's not always about punishing you. Sometimes it's about confirming something for herself. She's trying to figure out how much does he actually care? Can I trust that he's stable emotionally? If I pull back, will he chase or will he stay calm? It might sound twisted, but women don't always test men because they want to hurt them. They do it because they want to feel safe, emotionally safe. That means she wants to know that you're not desperate, that you're not easily rattled, and that you're not going to become needy or reactive the second she shifts. This is the part where men either win or lose her respect. Because if you take every game personally, if you get angry, confrontational, or start chasing even harder, you're feeding the narrative that says you're emotionally unpredictable, that you can't handle pressure, that she can control how you feel with her next mood swing. But when you stay calm, grounded, and non-reactive, even when it feels like she's testing you, that's when she starts seeing you differently. That's when the dynamic shifts in your favor. She starts realizing, okay, this guy doesn't flinch, he's not like the others, he doesn't panic, he's not weak under pressure. Now here's what's tricky. Sometimes her motivation is to manipulate. Let's not pretend every woman's playing games from a sweet, innocent place. Some women do it out of ego. They like the chase. They love the power. They want control. But again, your job isn't to play along. Your job is to observe, stay emotionally detached, and let her reveal her real motives over time. If she's testing you to feel safe, your strength will calm her. If she's playing you to feed her ego, your refusal to react will frustrate her, and she'll either step up or fall off. The key is this: don't assume every game is about you. Women are emotional creatures, and a lot of their behavior comes from internal confusion, not just strategy. The smartest thing you can do as a man is to remain still when she becomes stormy, not cold, not cruel. Still enough to see through her actions, still enough to let her reveal her truth, still enough to protect your own peace, no matter what game she thinks she's playing. That's how you stop being the pawn and start becoming the one she doesn't want. Stop letting women waste your time. Hard truth ahead. To lose. 7. Stop letting women waste your time. Hard truth ahead. All right, I'm going to speak to you like a woman who actually respects you. So I'm not going to sugarcoat this. Some of you are wasting way too much time, energy, and emotion on women who have absolutely no intention of building anything real with you. And deep down, you know it, but you're hoping she'll change. You're hoping if you just do the right thing, say the right thing, act the right way, she'll stop playing games and start being serious. But here's the truth you need to hear. If a woman really values you, she won't risk losing you. Let me say that again. If she actually sees your worth, she's not going to make you chase, question, or beg for clarity. She's not going to breadcrumb you, hot and cold you, or string you along just in case. When a woman plays games with your heart and you let her, she loses respect for you fast. Why? Because your time is your power. And when you hand that over to someone who's clearly not giving you real energy back, you're showing her that you don't value yourself either. I'm not saying walk away the second a woman pulls back, but I am saying have a limit. Set a boundary. If she flakes, disappears, comes back, starts drama, tests you, keeps you guessing, and you're always the one adjusting, then you're not in a relationship. You're in a game she's winning, and you're losing your sense of self while trying to win her back. Let me be clear about something else too. Women know what they're doing, even the ones who act confused or unsure. They know when they're being unfair. They know when they're taking advantage of your kindness, patience, or interest. A woman knows when she's got a man wrapped around her finger, and the longer you let her play, the more damage she does. So here's your wake-up call. If you're constantly anxious about where you stand with a woman, constantly overthinking her behavior, constantly chasing a moment of clarity, you're not in love, you're being emotionally manipulated, and it's time to step out. Cut the game. Stop trying to fix what's broken when it's being broken on purpose. Pull your energy back, not to punish her, but to protect yourself. That's how you regain control. That's how you shift the power dynamic. And that's how you start attracting women who don't need to play games to feel powerful. Because trust me, the moment you stop tolerating it, the women who aren't about games will start noticing you. You'll stand out, not because you played it better, but because you didn't play at all. Now, let's bring everything together and wrap this up, right? Conclusion, one bold truth every man needs to hear. Let me leave you with something bold, something most women won't say out loud. A woman can only play games with your heart if you let her. We're not out here with magical powers controlling you from some emotional throne. No, we test, we push, we pull, we flirt, we retreat, and we watch what you do. If you keep chasing every time we play hard to get, we know we've got you. If you let us disappear and come back whenever it's convenient for us, we learn that you'll always be waiting. That's not attraction, that's control. But when a man respects himself, when he has boundaries, standards, and the courage to walk away when he's not being valued, that man earns a whole different kind of attention. That's when the game stops. That's when the real respect begins. So if you take anything from this video, let it be this. You don't win by outplaying a woman's games. You win by refusing to play at all. I want to hear from you seriously. Drop a comment below and tell me your experiences. Have you dealt with a woman who played games with your heart? How did you handle it? What would you do differently now? I'll be in the comments with you, reading, replying, and keeping it real, because the more we talk honestly, the stronger we all get. And remember, the man who respects his heart can never be played